was real weird. Huh.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, which I can be wrong.
Mm.
So, I think dude's name is Timothy Shalahan, or let me see. I got Google right here. Timothy Chalamet, and they said that he had some comments on ballet dancers or something like that, or he had some disparaging comments on one industry of acting or whatnot, and I guess he said they're useless.
Right.
So just shooting from the hip, I can be wrong. So he's in a show I think it's called Dune with Zendaya,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and so when he said something about the dancers being corny or lame or whatever, like it's not an art. I'm watching something with Tom Holland, of his movies that aren't known outside of Spider Man, and before he got on, he was a dancer.
Yeah, he was. He was.
You know,
Yeah, he was a ballet, right?
yeah. So it's like it seemed like I can be wrong again. Dude is shooting at Tom. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I don't keep up with this shit. Like I just heard bits and pieces across different podcasts, of different topics that were discussed. But
and
it was
crazy.
Timothy Chalamet because I think they was talking about how he was going up for the Oscar against Michael B. and damn, how I forget the Great Gatsby's name? Fucking Leonardo.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And they said that Timothy wasn't going to get it because his comments kind of put his foot in his mouth. So I guess Burr got too cocky, but I would have to see exactly what he said, which I truly don't care for real. I really don't. He faced backlash after claiming that no one cares about ballet and opera.
Yeah, I seen that. He should. You pretty much can get Black Hollywood for anything you say no. I mean, I get what he was saying. I mean, it was an opinion, but that was just come on. You saying that, bro?
His
That
office should be
definitely affected a
upstairs.
lot of people who likes ballet dancing.
So something else here says Charlemagne's ballet gate, did it cost him the Oscar? And see that goes to show how fake it truly is. Because let me see. So the Oscar, let me see. What was the Oscar category? Oscar nomination. So what was the category? Let me see. 2025. Damn. See, my Googles ain't the best. So let me see. First actor to star in two films nominated for Best Picture and Second. And second best featuring Bob Dylan. You know what? Let me look at this. Oscar nominations 2026. What was it? Best actor? Best actor. So it was Best Actor nominees: Leonardo DiCaprio, Timothy Chalamet, Michael B. Jordan, Ethan Hawke, and Wagner Moura or Maurer. Honestly, I ain't seen any of these other movies. One battle after another. I heard it was pretty good. I don't even know who the hell Marty Supreme is. Let me see. Marty Supreme. Ambitious, flawed, table. What? All right, so just based off of yo, you hear me? You might have to go back in and test your mic or just turn it off and turn it back on. I can hear you a little bit, unless that was my microphone.
What's going on with this mic? Like, I just
All
don't.
right, you back on.
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna read. I'm gonna kind of go through one, two, three, four, five of these rules. I'm gonna be objective,
Okay.
only because I only seen one of these movies.
Okay.
So hold on, let me see. Hold on. So this is the full list of nominees and films: Timothy Chalamet and Marty Supreme. So Chalamet is playing Marty Mazur, an ambitious and flawed table tennis player in 1950s New York. So it says he was delivering a performance that balanced chaos, determination, vulnerability. You know, honestly, just off the rip, an ambitious, flawed table tennis player in 1950s. Dog, I am not going to no theater to watch no table tennis.
I'm not.
Hell no.
I'm not doing that neither. I don't. I don't really see the the excitement in it. Honestly, I just.
Table. Go ahead.
I just don't. I don't see it.
For
And
all that, they might as well come out with air hockey champions. Like, really? Where they playing air hockey on a mighty Ducks table.
I don't fucking know.
Shit. Um, you got Leonardo DiCaprio, one battle after another. So Leonardo portrays Bob Ferguson, a former revolutionary navigating a complex personal and political landscape while protecting his daughter, marking and that's extra.
Mm-hmm.
To even discuss that. Sorry, bro. Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon. Hawke embodies Lawrence Hart, a legendary Broadway lyricist capturing both charm and torment of a nuanced performer that, nah, hell no, bro. Hell no. So we got table tennis, we got a revolutionary political individual,
Mm-hmm.
we got a Broadway lyricist. So now this leads us to our fourth. One, two, three, four. Michael B. Jordan, Sinners. Jordan plays twin brothers, Elijah Smoke and Stack, showcasing dual roles in a story blending drama and supernatural elements. Now, of course, I've seen the movie, and the trailer has been running for that movie for quite some time. The rollout for the movie was dope. How they had it in certain theaters, which I now I don't regret, but I kind of wish I got to see it in a theater because I heard that the experience is way different than watching it at home.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And it was good at home, but to me, it was like at home, it was like watching like just anything on TV. Like, here, let's pass the time. It was like, all right, cool.
Right.
Um, so then we got Wagner Mora, the secret agent, and Mora portrays Armando Silemos, a former professor living undercover during Brazil's military dictatorship. So I would say out of those five nominations, I would say I would go with Michael B. and Wagner because those two seem like two action movies to me. But come on, bro. Michael B played dual roles, bro. That was like when Tom Hardy played the twin brothers. Like, come on, bro. That's determination. That's dedication. You got to have a conversation with yourself without the mirror, bruh. You got to remember your lines without the mirror. That's dedication.
What did what was it? James Moses say? What he say? He said he was like, "Don't act." I was like, "Huh? What you mean,
Oh
bro?"
yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't act.
Fuck
Don't act.
Okay, you said best actor Oscars or Sinners, Michael B. Jordan, and again it was Sinners, Ryan Coogler,
Marty Supreme, one battle after another, Blue Moon, and the
One
Secret Agent.
one battle after another. One battle after another. Leonardo DiCaprio, Best Picture, shit, and Best International was Sentimental Value, Norway. Uh, the most yeah the most notable highlights were Sinners, Sean Penn, K-pop Demon Hunters, and Conan O'Brien, which was the host. They put the host on that motherfucker. But the main highlight of the whole night was Michael B. Jordan Sinners, because the way that cast went out the way they went out on that, it was some of that was definitely one of the greatest nights for it to be like that, and for it to be at an Oscars from starting of the origins of 96 seasons. What was it like from 1965, 19 around that time? Best Picture, and you see like the last person, black man who won an Oscar for original, started with Denzel Washington from the movie Q and another movie, and then after that, um, Forrest Whitaker. Uh, so we got Denzel Washington, Forrest Whitaker, Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx he was nominated an Oscar for what was it? Ray Charles. I believe it was Ray Charles. There was another one. There's another one. I can't name him. Hold up. Okay. Michael B. Jordan, Will Smith, uh, Marshala Ali. Marshala Ali got a she got a she got an Oscar. Forrest Whitaker was 2007. Of course, Morgan Freeman, Denzel, even Cuba Gooding Jr. got one. I didn't know that.
What he got one for?
Best Supporting Actor in Jerry Maguire. He was a supporting actor. Morgan Freeman, Best Supporting another. Morgan Freeman was more than the Best Supporting Hour. I mean, Best Supporting Actor. He got that in Million Dollar Baby. Uh, when they say Best Supporting Actor, as in like the main actor or like a side, like
Uh, I think it's the runner up. Like I think it'd be like the second bill, like next to the main actor, because from what I understand, when you see the credits
mm-hmm.
from top to bottom, that's how they're paid.
Okay.
So whoever got the top spot was the most paid, and then the second spot, the second paid. Like that's why you might have maybe okay, the best friend in the movie might not be second build, but he might be the third.
Mm-hmm.
So say it was Michael B, and say it was like Michael B, Anne Hathaway, but then let's say Jonathan Washington up the street was Michael B's best friend, and he had more screen time than Anne Hathaway. what Anne Hathaway is a bigger actor, so she had to be paid more. So I believe that she would be second on the credit list, and John Washington would be third, even though he got more screen time. Because the movie was about two best friends.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think that's how that works.
You got to take it back to like the motherfucking they got the key historical milestone. First black acting winner, Haiti McDaniel, supporting actress in 1940. That's why. Oh, so yeah, that's this shit go back to the 1940s of the Oscars. First black male winner, Sidney Poitier. I think I said that right. Sidney Poitier, Best Actor in 1964. First black, first black Best Actress was Holly Berry in 2002. I'm going to assume that was Catwoman. That had to have been Catwoman. Catwoman and Gothica, or was it Gothica? I think it was Gothica. And only multiple Oscar actor winner was Denzel Washington, supporting in 1990. He got two Oscars in 1990 and 2002. 2002, he played a lead. And the first black British actor to win was Daniel Kaluuya. I believe that is brother off of Black Panther. Hold up. I
Oh
could be
yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep. He got the best acting British in the UK. Wait, hold up. But what did he get an Oscar in? Uh, shit. Wait a minute. Monique got an Oscars too? What she got an Oscar in?
Yeah, yeah. Precious.
Oh, Precious. Yup. Oh, yeah. I forgot all about that. Yeah, that was a good movie. That movie was crazy.
I never seen a movie entirely. Like I kind of watch movies pieces, bit by bit, or like I'll get the cliff notes of the movie. Like I really don't be watching movies, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
The whole
I'll
movie,
know
the
the
entire
plot and stuff.
the entire time the movie was just sad. It was just too fucking sad, man. I couldn't even finish that shit, man. I was like, that is crazy that that woman was doing that. Oh yeah, Viola Davis, man, she deserved like five Oscars the way she be acting.
If I was to have a biopic on my life, I even told my grandma this. I said I will need Viola Davis to play you.
Mhm. Mhm.
You can see that.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I could definitely see that. Cause Grandma A's like her attitude that she keeps for herself is strict, and for her to do that, well, hell yeah, I can see that. Oh, Marshala Ali. That's the brother that was who they trying to get. That's the new cat. That's they trying to get to play Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, he got one from Moon Knight. Was it
Uh,
called Moon Knight?
Green Book and Moonlight. Wait, he was in Moonlight?
Shit, I ain't know. Like I ain't watched the movie. I just heard so much about it.
Shit, Cuba Gooding Jr. What the hell is that movie? Jerry Maguire. Hmm. I never seen that. Jerry Maguire. It's a comedy romance in 1996 with Tom Cruise. Okay. Damn, that's crazy. We got a good handful of black excellence with Oscars, man. Because Oscar is like the main. It's the most highest. That is the most highest reward. Once you get that reward, man, you're career is set for life, man. I mean, it's already set for life if you in big roles, but like once you get that Oscar, bro, it's sky's the limit, bro. After that, you all
I'll
in.
say as far as acting goes,
Yeah, acting wise,
because
yeah.
like like I feel like what it does is it raises your value, and when they say your name, they'll add the extra in front of your name, which is like Oscar winner or 5-time Grammy winner, uh Julian Winterfield. Like it kind of creates that allure before they introduce you.
Mm-hmm.
Like it gives it that oomph, and it's kind of what does that do? It kind of makes the public like, oh, celebrity in the building. Now all the hoes are running to the front, all the gold diggers is running to the front. Like it brings that attraction to the name for real,
Right.
and then it makes people want to work with you more,
Mm-hmm.
which sucks. But at the same time, it is what it is. Cause they do it everywhere. Like,
Like, oh, he's got
oh,
an
Woodland Hill,
oh, he's got an
huh?
Oscar. He's got an Oscar. Holy shit, let's work with him.
Woodland Hills alumni, or oh, he's family. It captures the attention of
Mm-hmm.
certain audiences, of a certain audience. So it captures the attention, and that's one thing that we will have to work on incorporating into is that you do,
Right.
and you got to set that up so when they hear it, then they kind of have an idea. Because I'll say for me, it's like when they be like, "What is your sound like?" I can't tell them what my sound is like, and it's hard to capture that, because once you figure out what your sound is like, then you can figure out what audience to sell it to.
Right.
So when they be like Oscar winner, then you got everybody who like good movies. They're gonna look over at the dude who's being displayed, or the woman who's being displayed.
Right.
When you be like Grammy nominated, they gonna be like, oh, so this person was the runner up. They didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to take it to another level when it comes down to where we at with things. Like, so you can be like prolific gamer, or you can be like, come up with your own type introduction. Just how you said earlier about games with good intros.
Mm-hmm.
It's like finding a way to introduce yourself off the rip that captures attention. So then once you got the attention of the crowd that you're looking for, then you have to continue on from there. You got to sell them the story, or your story has to be something that's sellable as far as what resonates with them. So even in your game, even in your side missions and cutscenes,
Right.
you got to keep them on their toes.
You got to. You got to. And it's like when you it's like just like how I'm going in now. Like I think this is like my third night just streaming, especially with you so far. And even if it's just like again, this is like a chill night leading onto the weekends. But during the weekdays, like to have a game plan to do well not okay, so a game plan on what game to play, and it's something to set out throughout the month. Because the setting out the month is easy, and especially game wise for me. And I guess the only main problem that will be for me is the consistency, especially like getting off of work and shit. But it's just like so far I've been doing it, and and it's definitely
Hey, it's good to it's good to be appreciated. I appreciate it.
No,
Um, one thing I was having a conversation with my barber. I think it was my barber, and it was like this whole time, like I'm out here trying to figure out how it is I would like to move as far as my career goes, and other fields, and how I would like to expand. And I said I have not given anything in my life 100% because the way my life is divvied up, I can't give anything 100%. So I said I'm out here trying to figure out how to move, but I said there's no blueprint. And what I mean by blueprint is you got people out here who selling like PDFs and different courses and classes on how to, you know, cover the basis of the field you're going into. So it's kind of like going to school.
right.
Before, all right, so let's say you start a course at the top of the year,
Mm-hmm.
beginning of the school year.
Right.
By the end of the school year, you should be graduating that class into the next phase. So you're not going to understand or get everything within the first 2 months. You still have more to learn. So they're in class learning.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting blueprints, like I was telling you about on YouTube. When people do their YouTube shorts, what's taking place is there's a guideline. And this is the basis that in the classroom you're being taught. But for people who just uploading on YouTube don't know this. There's a guideline. If you put your video at this part in the short, it's going to cut this half off of your video. If you put it here, the icons on the side, the share, the like, the dislike, is going to be in the way. So they don't give us that blueprint in life when we are doing what we're doing,
Right.
i.e., what I'm over here doing, i.e., what you're over there doing. And it's like we need that basis to be able to guide us. So
Mm-hmm.
when you're saying, I can figure out what to post throughout the month, it's like you can have an idea, yeah, and write it down.
Mm-hmm.
But when it truly comes down to it, we want to kind of look at a guideline that's going to help be like, in these days, this is kind of what you want to have. In these days, this is kind of what you want to have. In week 2, this is what you kind of want to have. In week 3, 4, this is what you want to kind of have. So you have an idea. So then now you can be like, oh, now I have somewhat of a structure. So then you're not over here like, oh damn, I got stream, I got stream, I got stream, I got stream. It's like, no, take this day, Monday to do this, Tuesday do this, Wednesday do something light, Thursday do this, Friday something light, Saturday take off Saturday, and review content Sunday, chill, review content and get it prepared for the week. So that way it's not like, oh, I gotta get on, I gotta get on, I gotta get on. It's like you have a routine. And it's like as long as you follow that routine, you good. So at the same time, it can be something as simple as like, yo, it only takes 2 hours a day to do this stuff. So if you truly want to, wake up 3 hours earlier than the time you would actually get up. Within that first hour or 30 minutes, get yourself ready. Like, get up, get your shower, get your coffee. You know what I'm saying? Like if you jogging, go for a morning jog, or you got a treadmill, get on the treadmill. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, spend only 2 hours working on some of your content. Review some of your content that you just recorded last night. And then the next hour, start chopping it up, editing, and then stop. Then now you start your day. You go to work, and then you come back home. Now you tired, get yourself together,
What a
do what
fucking
you gotta
shit.
do. Then, hey, you know what? I just want to wind down. So hop on the game.
Right.
Set a time limit, and that's discipline right there. When you set that time limit is discipline. Y'all, I'm having a great time, but unfortunately, we got to close out for the night. So, same times, just like Tone say, same time, same channel next week or tomorrow night. Type, hey, what did Denzel say? You gotta leave before the party starts. You gotta be disciplined. You gotta leave. You gotta know when to leave. So at the same time, leave. Stop at the top. Stop when the momentum is at its highest. Damn, we want to come back. Like leave them with a cliffhanger. How could you stop the episode next time on Dragon Ball Z? Hey, yo, I was just getting into this. Like, nope. Time to go in there and eat your mashed potatoes. It's time to go eat dinner. Like, yeah, I know that shit. Like, just back in the day. So, like, it's the same thing. It's like just having that structure and having an idea, like having a blueprint of how to move. So then that can help limit the stress on what you should do next. And I remember just in my career of multiple different avenues. I was, from music to photo shoots to video directing and whatnot. Like we would go out and we'd be like, "Yo, what is it that we doing?" Like I don't know. Like the thing is, if we would have had something back in the day like Chat GPT, or if we would have went to school or had a blueprint, then we could have been much further. But literally, you know, I speak for myself. I'm the I'm the advocate of I say making something of nothing. I can take scraps and make something. Like it's good if you give me something brand new. Like I can make it work. But even if you gave me like some scraps, I still make it work. And that's dope. But at the same time, if you gonna move like that, then you gonna need somebody like a business partner or a manager or something of the sort, or somebody who can help, shape your vision. Like they see your vision, so they're like, let's build around your vision. Because, you know, you might have people be like, nah, you're doing that this way. This is not the industry standard. Somebody who believe in you gonna see what you got going on. Excuse me. They'll see what you got going on. They'll be like, you know what? Let's work around what he's doing or she's doing, and let's carve our own lane.
Every single time.
So then that's like a road less traveled, and at the same time, I'll say in 10 years from now, you're the blueprint for something innovative. So you truly don't have to follow the industry standard as long as you got a way to carve your vision into what it is industry that you in. Bro, you won. Like, I mean, come on. Like, I can name a couple people. Like, we talking about Kanye West. I'll talk music. Kanye West, Tyler the Creator.
That's my cardio
Um,
formation.
let me see. Kendrick. Um, the list goes on. Like there's more. Like, and it's just like different ways of, shit. I'll say Drake, ASAP. Yeah, you got Drake, Soldier Boy,
Pretty sure
Soldier
it's
Boy,
not
because
good for
he's always the
Cloud's
first to
office.
do everything. Shit.
Yes, ma'am.
Soldier Boy was the first to say he was the first to do anything. Type. So I was the first to say I'm the first to do anything.
Bingo. I have the IP address. Just give me a
So
minute. And
damn.
I'm in.
Uh. Nah. Yeah. So that being said, um, yeah, bro. It's like at the same time, like I say that to you to say, like it's really
I found some information about our illness.
nothing to stress about. Like
Our symptoms
having a
can
career
fall
should be
into
fun.
virus
Doing
infection.
what you want to do to go towards your career and your dream, and it should be fun. Like it shouldn't feel like a job. Like so when you gaming, it shouldn't feel like you got to do it. To
Wait,
like we said
let's get
earlier,
it
talking
together.
about just cause. It shouldn't be uh what was that fan
All right, what do we got?
I forgot. I'm drawing blanks right now.
Help us.
To cater to the fans,
Right.
because at the same time you end up losing yourself
What's she got to do with this?
because you're trying to give them content. Meanwhile, you're what they need at that point.
I think it's just more so. It's like you just learn because when he was streaming, it's something that I've already been doing. Like if you want to do something, like say if you reach this status,
Hang on, Emily.
you got
I'm
millions of
coming.
views, millions, and you do weekly shit to keep your fans entertained. But at the same time, you don't really want to worry about the fans. The fans is going to be there. You already got the fans. So with or without the fans on what you already like doing, like streaming and like you making music, at the same time it's good to get feedback. There's nothing wrong with that. But the main thing is it's like I started this shit because this is what I like to do and this is what I'm good at and I see that I can help people with this as well. So at the end of the day, like when you mentioned like the businesses and all of that, oh, it's against our policy. That would be something I definitely wouldn't go forward with because wait a minute, hold up, what the fuck? Anyway,
Hey,
yeah,
is this being recorded?
uh, through the stream, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
through
ain't.
it's live through like 5 streams right now.
Oh, okay. 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 My
Um,
fault. Go ahead.
no, but yeah, just shit. What was I saying? Fuck.
You were saying like if this goes against company policies, you ain't gonna do it. You're gonna
Oh
proceed
yeah,
with.
yeah. Like how you said, like this goes against company policy. Never going. I don't want to do that because I want to drop when I want to drop, but at the same time, I want to drop when the right time is for me to drop without y'all motherfuckers playing me and nickel and diming me. You know what I'm saying? Because I do
Yeah.
love to play the games. So if anything comes in different with that, be like, oh man, you ever think about something else and just like playing games? I'd be like, nah, bruh, because there was another streamer I used to watch all the time. He'll be on the game for like hours, pre-order games when they drop, and he'll just stream that entire time till like it's a wrap. He'll take a break, go at it the next day. He had plenty of businesses that be like, yo, we want to work with you, but if we're gonna work with you, we want to like switch the streaming around. He was like, nah, have a nice day. Have a nice day.
Mm-hmm.
You're not coming in there switching nothing. Have a nice day.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
Why is this under the hospital?
And
Could they? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
and it's just like for them to do that, even talk like that, is a sign of disrespect. For like, how you gonna come in there and say you want to work with this man, but in order for you to proceed, you got to switch his stream around. Nah, fuck y'all. I'm not. No.
They're trying to capitalize off of the talent and potential. So they see bro coming up. So they're like, hey, this is one horse that we can train and get this horse into the race because we see the potential of the horse. So let's get this horse groomed and get this horse a cape and a number
Yeah, and then we gonna fucking inject the motherfucking horse with steroids. You know, I'm good. I give him
until the horse that
hell yeah.
cut his mane and getting ready to look sexy for when we got to run in this stable race. And it's like, nah. Um, see, it takes me. All right, so for someone like Kai, like let's keep it there for a little bit. Then I'll switch gears. It's like for someone to because I haven't watched any of his streams. I just like I said, I get the cliff notes of what it is that I need to understand about situations.
Mhm.
Um, just the principle of things for real.
Right.
um to be able to stream for 24 hours, like you have to be able to be vulnerable or show who you truly are at all times, or unless you're just like that great at performing that you know how to just, I ain't gonna say be fake, but it's like 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I guess, all right, so I guess to look at something like that, right? It's like, to me, I guess it would be like a kid going to Kennywood. If you can go to Kennywood for 24 hours, do not look like you're bored or you don't like Kennywood.
Right.
Like,
If you do not look like you bored, you don't like.
like you got 24 hours. You may not ever come back to Kennywood. Give us your best 24 hours here. I feel like that's how them streams are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm more so a perfectionist for real. So I don't think I can last 24 hours at Kennywood.
I don't think
I
so.
definitely get tired.
I would get tired too. I would I
Like
would I would
I would have,
I would get tired because it's just like it's like a big walking in a circle for real slash maze for real.
you know what? Let's say Disney. Like let's say Disney, you know, or Universal Studios, like something big, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll say something like that. I feel like, it's too much. Now, when it comes to my process, that's why I'd be like, yo, keep the cameras rolling. I can't, like, me personally, I don't like doing live. I truly don't want to do live. I don't think I'm that comfortable to do live yet in that sense because it's like I learn over time by being in a moment and having the cameraman record,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have to forget the cameras there. And I had to really go into my process.
Okay.
And the whole thing is not entertaining because it's like voice acting. Like, you got like 40 takes, 50 takes. You got to be performative. Sometimes you ain't performative. Sometimes the process behind what comes out to be something great. We spent 3 hours in the studio, and then, on accident, bro said something in the background and somebody sneezed. And then it said, wait, do that again? So then 5 minutes, we end up changing the whole sound of the project because of what was said on accident and somebody sneezing. And typically, accidents is the reason why greatness comes about. So you spent 3 hours in the studio and you didn't come up with nothing. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't that entertaining, but that 5 minutes changed everything. That's why I say keep the cameras rolling. Like, you're not about to watch me for 3 hours attempt to do something, but keep the cameras rolling because you don't know what you're going to capture.
Right.
And to me, when the cameras are still rolling, then that's when you capture lightning in a bottle. Then you turn over, and you be like, yo, you turn around and be like, yo, did you get that? I got that. I got that.
I got that. Literally.
You forgot the cameras was even rolling. You like, yo. So like, that's only 3 hours of the process. If you're in the studio for 3 hours,
Mm-hmm.
streaming like Kai and them did for 24 hours straight, dog. Like
It's
that
crazy.
3 hours, like, bruh, like that would work best during COVID. Nowadays, I don't know. Like, you would have to be at work with your AirPods in or your earphones in,
Mm.
headphones in. Sorry, headphones in. Cause bro, there's no way in hell I'm about to watch somebody just improvise for 24 hours and they go to sleep.
They had them motherfucking cameras that was drilled in on the wall in like each room in detail, just following them bitches around. They even had a manual camera crew as well. Like for 24 hours for a month, my man not only did one, two, but three marathons back to back. I'm like, yo, those are some of his
Yo,
highlights ever.
Hey, do you know that you toss and turn in your sleep around 5:47 a.m.? How
Nigga,
the fuck you know that?
yeah, I be like, nigga, what the
Hey,
fuck?
hey, look, I was at work. I clocked out a little early. I was trying to catch the bus home. So I went on YouTube and I see your stream was up. Hey, you was asleep. Hey, I was just watching the chat niggas. The chat niggas was talking, and I'm just reading the comment section while you sleep. Like I ain't even noticed that that motherfucker be tossing and turning. It's like, yo, it be.
Hey, yo.
Hey, dog, turn the cameras off. Hey, turn the cameras off.
But leave the audio on. What the fuck you need to leave the audio on for? Don't nobody
Nah,
fall
nah,
asleep.
nah, nah. Turn the audio off too. Turn the audio off too. Like I'm more so like, okay, not even. I'm more so. I kind of see why, because you said he was up like 800 million,
800 mil, bro.
bro. If you was up 800 mil, you think you gonna keep giving your life 24 hours a day?
Hell no, man. Live my
Like,
motherfucking
all
life.
right, that part, and then also it's like if you already had the biggest of biggest celebrities here, it's like, and for my next trick, okay, we seen you cut yourself in half. Okay, we seen you get out the Shark Tank. Okay, you disappeared, you floated, you did everything. What's next? Okay, you walked on the moon. It's like, bro, after a certain point, it's like, yo, you already did everything. At this point, you can only go down from here.
What the fuck does that even mean though? To go down from here, just to be a down to earth nigga? Is that what you mean?
No, bro, you reached the pinnacle. Like you kind of reach. All right, so you kind of reach the top of your career.
Okay.
All right, so let's say you like Floyd Mayweather. You 50-0. At
Right.
this point, you fought everybody that you can fight during your time.
Mhm.
And you showed that you was the greatest of all time.
Right.
By being the greatest of all time, you reached the height. Now, if you're the greatest, who's next to fight? Nobody.
Nobody.
It's all runner-ups. So everything you do from that point, like your fan base and like your status and where you're at the top.
Mhm.
So anybody you fight, your ratings can go down. It's like he's a bum, he's a bum, he's a bum. Why would we watch you fight them? You're the greatest. Like, so now you're the competition. So the underdog story is always going to be much greater.
Mhm.
So now walking into that arena, now they're voting against you now. Now you're being hated because they don't want you to be undefeated. They want to see you lose. And then the house is going to bet against you.
Facts.
You losing is going to be the greatest thing ever. So if I bet $10 million that you lose, and everybody's picking you to win, nigga, I won. So guess what? Now the odds are stacked against you. You can only go down from there. Let me put it like this: some of the greatest individuals, and I'll say even in music, they died at their height. They died at their peak. That's why they're looked at so great at this point.
Mhm.
And not saying they weren't great. It's like they stopped at it, like, let's go Tupac, Biggie, let's go Jimi Hendrix, let's go Kurt Cobain, let's go Amy Winehouse. Like we can keep going. Like they died at the peak. So they're going to be looked at up there. They didn't get that chance to decline. So now let's start looking at certain songs. Like I ain't gonna say that these people were greats or legends, and I'm not saying they're not greats or legends. Let's say Chingy right there.
I like the way you did
Like,
that right there.
hey, look, I start dancing. As soon as you said that, I started dancing. Now the thing is, it's like when that song came out, it was number one. Can it stay number one forever? No.
Mm-mm.
Where's it at now? It can only go down from there. You can't stay at the top spot forever. They call that the white hot flame. I believe that's the term. sometimes you gotta know when to walk away.
But that just threw everybody the fuck off though. Like that even threw me off because it's just like, okay, when he said he's done streaming, motherfucker, at a point in time, it kind of felt like you was already not even realizing there were days where you didn't even realize you were streaming. You was just living your life, you know what I'm saying? You was just living your life. And with that being said, like, I don't know, to just have like somebody so inspiring, like, okay, like you saying you done streaming. We all took that as like a hoax, like a temporary thing. Like, oh, okay, he'll be back. This nigga, from what you said, like he is taking his strategies from what he learned from streaming, and he again 8 million at the top, and he is making clothes. He's learning how to, like speak more proper, more professional. So once I heard all of that coming from, once I heard all that coming out of his mouth, I was like, yeah, this was always the plan. This was always the plan. He did his last marathon, and after you seen that motherfucker, he was tired as shit, man. And you ain't heard from his ass in months. So with that being said, like just to see him say he want to get he want to get he want to get closer to God. And, he went back to the girl that did him dirty, which is some bullshit. He could have kept that bitch to the birds. That's facts. But he's doing exactly, and he's officially doing what he wanted to do. He was doing, it came to realization that he was doing what he was doing because of the fans. He would be nothing without his fans. But at the same time, he gave us the keys, he gave us the game. Like even just how you're sitting there like spitting this shit too, it was just like, now it's time to apply it and use it. And he did that. And it's like, to hear this dude talking about books and still, it's just like, never would have thought. But I mean, not saying anything's possible, but
Okay.
I didn't think
Okay.
I would have thought that was the last thing you wanted to do. But okay.
Okay. Hey, give me about 30 seconds because I want to speak to that. But I'm gonna talk about GOT.
Okay.
Give me like 30 seconds. Hold on.
GOT. Get back to the game real quick. 12 employees. The girl is currently occupying the basement. We plan upon her by taking advantage. Subjects intolerance to light and will place high intensity ultraviolet lamps throughout the area. Once this is complete, we will begin the operation to eliminate the subject. Prepare your weapons and be on standby. Oh shit.
Is that Emily?
How is that big motherfucker still alive? How?
Yo.
Yo. Wait, hold up. Testing, 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 testing. Oh, no, turn that down. Testing, testing, testing.
I'm gonna have to set my mic up. I mean my webcam. Bruh.
Not the command, bruh. I see you using that command center.
Hey, look. It don't take me long to look at the options as far as a program. But you give me a new program, bro, that's Christmas to me. Like if you give me new beats, that's Christmas. Give me a new plugin, I explore the plugin like never before. I find the Never Neverland like in the program. Should I follow the white rabbit down the hole in the program? Should I come up with a whole new sound?
Bruh.
That's why it'd be hard for me to put music out.
That's a good option.
Bro, I can make a whole project in 1 month based off of the sounds I got. If I got enough sounds that I'm inspired, I'll give you a classic. I'll dead ass give you a whole classic within 1 month. No cap. Like you know that. Like I work. Um 9 times out of 10, I just don't put it out because I ain't got the blueprint, I ain't got the team, I ain't got the backing and whatnot. So that actually is the perfect segue into back to what we were talking about. Are you ready? So I said GOT. So you know, what I'm talking about. Bruh.
Yeah.
Hey, so when you were talking about Kai, you said why he would stop, right? So I'm gonna give you. All right, I'm just gonna kick it. So when you start in one of the video games that you like, right? Let's say in this one town, you get $500 an episode.
Okay.
Once you 500 a mission, but you want to get that Lamborghini, you're like, how am I gonna get that? So as you play throughout the game, you start realizing that different missions give you different amounts of money or experience points. So now you're like, okay, now I see how I can get to that Lamborghini. So now you're doing missions where you can get the Lamborghini. So now you got 5 Lamborghinis. At this point, you got 5. When you first started the game, it was 500 experience points or dollars. But you got 5 Lamborghinis, so that's 120. That's $1,250,000. You're no longer doing the $500 missions. You're doing bigger missions. So to be sitting at 800 million, do you think, bro, cares to even look at a Lamborghini at this point? Remember, the Lamborghini was the goal when you first started playing, but now you got 800 million. You're like, yo, I put in a cheat code. I don't want to play this game no more
You got a point. You
because
right.
it's taking time to play this mission for crumbs at this point. I want to do something different. So he take the game out and he put a different game in. Here, let's play Final Fantasy. Let's play something different. I want to challenge myself to start from point zero and build up.
See, we definitely two different people because it's like I get what you saying. Like I ain't worried about. He got he up 800 million. He ain't worried about that shit. I just feel as though like if even if I had 800 mil and this is just me, I'll still continue playing video games. I'll literally finish what I started. I started with this and I'm gonna finish with this because this is what I like to do. And it's still been years later. It's like I'm a grown ass man. I still love the video games. I still love the game. And then boom, look how the shit turned out. Again, yeah, he's up 800 mil, but it was again like the intro to a fucking game. All right, I'm done streaming. Oh, we ready to beat this nigga's fucking ass, nigga. What? You got us all worked up from this shit to say this? Okay, you need a break. He's when he look. Listen, I fuck with him. Believe mentioned his mental health, his mental state, and everything, his health, I took that serious because I'm the same way. Like, okay, yeah, this is deeper than just a stream. He needs a mental break. If you think about it, this boy been up since fucking 2019 during COVID, 2018. I'm sorry. He's ready to chill out, but don't leave knowing that you know this is still what you love. Because listen, you go back on look, he's famous. You go back on Facebook and you seeing all the memories, all the lights playing in the background with Rihanna. You got Kevin Hart with a football helmet on. They got the little swimming cushy thing. They just slap the shit out of him. You reminiscing on that shit like damn. It can even just be with your favorite game like watching somebody stream. Like usually what I get from time to time, they be like, "Hey man, you making me want to play this game again, man." I don't know, man. It wasn't the same. But you need that excitement from somebody's different opinion. That's why he had all those people around him, because like all his friends and his family, well, mostly his friends. But yeah, man, I would say you just need to take a break for a long while, bro. But don't quit something that you love. That's like you quitting music, because I remember you said that at a point in time to me too, and I was just like, bro, this is literally your life, bro. Music, you can't just do that. That's like me at the time when I went to GameStop, almost sold everything: the TV, the consoles, the games, all that shit. Now the difference is, it was just like I didn't have a choice, but I did. I decided to stick it out. Whatever he's sticking out right now, that's just something that he got to handle because he got a pregnant woman. You know, he's working on a book. He got his clothing now. He got his clothing line he working on. Nigga cut off his dreads.
Hey,
Even what you said, like this nigga had like every celebrity on
hey,
the stream.
hey, tag me in, coach. Tag me in. Hey,
Bet.
you just gave me about like I should write this down, but I'm gonna try to wing it. I got like 8 different things I'm gonna address that you just said. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to keep it short. I'm gonna attempt to. So let's take it back to GameStop. You was gonna sell your consoles and whatnot.
Correct.
At the same time, you love doing this. Now, let's go back to a conversation that you and I had. We're not going to discuss it, but listen to me. Um, when we was talking about, you was like, "Dog, I just ain't had the energy to be supportive or to move how I move as far as the studio
Right.
and what I used to." So that's the same way that I felt about the music at one point. That's the same way that Kyle probably felt about streaming. It's like, I was in a position in my life where I was like mentally not available to show up as, you know, the greatest version of myself. Like I was kind of in the shadow work phase of my life.
Right.
Like I'm at a dark low point where I gotta look at the darkest lowest points of myself and build self back up. So that's that feeling right there. That's that feeling. So when he stepped back, that was that feeling. When I said I'm done with music, I can never be done with music. Like I had to step back because what was going on in my life, what was going on in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's that moment. We can never quit what we love. We'll come back to it eventually. But if we don't come back to it, then hey, if you love it, let it go. And if it loves you and if love is there, you'll get back to it. But sometimes we just outgrow things. But I think bro outgrew it. Like same time, our priorities change. It changes us. It changes our lives. It changes how we go about things. So, do you remember Kai when he was streaming when he had the ball head cap on?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, do you know what he was doing?
No.
So, from my understanding, at that time, there was this dude named Soul Illuminati on YouTube, and he had dreads, and he was streaming too. I could be wrong based off the timeline, you know, but I'm willing to be corrected. So, him and Kai had issues, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So Kai was trolling him, and he was trolling him, and Soul Illuminati was like big on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And what if somebody's goal was to shit on their opponent all the way through? Kai made it so big that he got the biggest celebrities wanting to come to him at this point. I don't have enemies. Like my enemies are footstools. I can have your favorite celebrity come to me for press at all points,
Mm-hmm.
cases. I can tell you tired, bro. I can tell you tired. We got work tomorrow, so I ain't gonna hold you.
No, I'm listening. No, I'm listening. I'm engaging. I'm listening. I like this. Go ahead.
I I got you. I got you. So it comes to a point where your enemies ain't nothing to play with no more. It's like, all right, I don't want to play with these toys no more. It's like I'm making action figures fight. I'm making my action figure beat up all the other ones. I'll take the whole town and I'll take my action figure and Ultra Instinct beat the whole town up without touching me. Like it's not fun no more. It's not fun no more. Like I said, it goes back to being up 800 million. I don't want to do $500 missions no more. It's not fun no more. I want to do something else. So you also got to think about this too. When Kai's in a position that he was in, right? He is the face of his company. Now you got to think about it. There was a lot of people on them streams. He was taking care of a lot of people. You got to think about the ego of others. You got to think about the self-esteem of others. You got to think about every. You got to contribute all that into everything. Like when we look at celebrities, we look at people in power, positions of power. Um, we have to factor in things that we don't even know what's happening behind the scenes. Like why certain people came out with music during P Diddy's era. Hmm. Why certain TV shows were popular during Nickelodeon. Hmm. Why Weinstein, okay, etc. So on and so forth, right? We don't see certain people again. We don't know why, because we don't know the behind the scenes. We just enjoying the entertainment. They're going to behind the scenes, which goes back to what I said not too long ago, which is we got to go through a phase in our life that we just don't love it no more, right? So Kai being where he was at, I'm capable of making $800, $800 million as my salary, no, as total of what I earned and have in my account in 2026. You individuals can get in my way, but I have to make sure y'all on point. So from what I understand, he had people within his group that was having sexual charges and different allegations going on in the background. He had to fight through that, even online. So when you gotta look on the screen and see your man's in the background, like, don't do nothing stupid, don't do nothing stupid, don't do nothing stupid. It's like, damn, fucking Larry just got out of jail, and this thing is he gonna steal anything. He gonna steal some free shit. Larry, it's a free sample. I'm gonna take this anyway. Like, come on, dog. This look bad. Type. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got a team behind you. You got personalities behind you. And you got egos and whatnot. It's like someone in the background might get more praise in the chat, like this should be his show. So now do hit big. But then we don't know how Kai taking it. For example, like Kai is our example right now. Kai is the example. So it's like someone feel that they can be bigger than the program. That being said, he got to deal with that. They got to talk about that off camera. Then when they come back, the show might be different. He might have said, "Look, I'm done with this. I try to put some of you niggas through school. I try to better y'all lives, make y'all better. If this is what y'all want to do, I'm over this. I want to be on to something new, something better. Like if y'all want to do it on your own." And as you can see, that some people from his camp, they got their own streaming things going on. But the difference is now they gotta be the main character. It was better when they were side characters. We ain't want them as the main. And not we, but the public, the viewer liked them. The viewer like
If you would like them more,
no, the viewer like well, not no, but the viewer like when he buy his fruity pebbles that Fred Flintstone is on the cover. Bonnie Rebel, he's cool. He cool. Bam Bam cool. Pebbles is cool. You know what I'm saying? But like we want Fred Flintstones on Fruity Pebbles because that's the face of the company. We can't sell no Bonnie Rebel cereal. So they end up doing their own thing, but it's not as big as Kai for real.
I don't think again there will never be another Cal like that. Cal was out here beating streamers that been streaming for years, and they took that as disrespect because it's like for him to keep winning best streamer of the reward on Twitch, and like the game was just like, how's he winning best streamer on Twitch? He's not even playing no video games. I'm like, dude, on Twitch you don't have to just fucking play video games. You could do podcasts, you could do talks, bro. You could do stupid shit, bro. Like if you want to play games, do that. But he was literally a fucking walking atomic bomb. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. When it comes down to no competition, he was shitting on people to show that I can have your favorite celeb here. Who you want next? Oh, that's your crush? I'ma have Victoria Justice here. Oh, you like what? Oh, I'ma have Kodak Black here. Oh, you want what? I can do that. And it's like, he's creating competition based off of stuff like that. I understand it completely. It's like, okay, when you don't compete with nobody but yourself, you're trying to become the best version of yourself. But then you might have someone pop out like, man, nigga, you really ain't built like that on a basketball court. You like, all right, for example, for those who ain't picked that up. All right, I ain't the best on the court. Man, let me put my Jordans on. Let me put my shoes on. And I got to bust your ass on the court. So he only get on the court to beat the individual on the court to be like, shut up. Know your place. And then he goes back to what he's doing. Sometimes you guys shut up the hecklers. Shut his ass up. We're going to have everybody laughing at you now. Now you the butt of all jokes. Once you reach a point, I'm 800 million rich. Shut up.
800 million, bro. It's crazy.
Bruh. I said GOT because we'll talk about it. But once I tell you exactly what I meant, you'll be like, I get it ASAP. When it comes down to the GOT situation, it was like you had one man putting everything that he knew at the time into a team that ain't know nothing about nothing. They just came to the table with their plate like I want to eat. And,
Brought the opportunity shit.
if anything, they'd be like, I put some napkins over there. I brought some plates. I brought an appetite. It's like, dog, you ain't bring nothing to, like, at this point, like, what we gonna eat? Plates and napkins and plastic? Like, there's no food on the table. Like, I'm glad that you set the table and you sat down with an appetite. That's dope. I mean, that's good. Like, nah, I gotta. Right, so I gotta start the stove. I gotta get, what I'm saying? We gotta get the food. And then you had egos. Like with GOT, nobody liked nobody within that table setting. So we're eating dinner. Nobody liked nobody. It was the team leader that brought everybody together. Then you had certain egos within there who ain't contribute shit at all. Nothing. Just came with an appetite. And then someone was like, oh, damn, you can eat. But they're not giving you enough food over there. So your leader is not a leader. But your leader is from a poor village, but really showing that your leader can rival somebody from a rich village. but the poor village ain't got no resources. So if he had resources, the rich village would be threatened. So let's not help the poor village. Let's tell you that you're better than that poor village, even though it makes you look very great. You look like a healthy warrior. Let's feed you. Come over here. So then you got individuals who are being persuaded to leave the team because their appetite is much bigger. And then they're like, yo, you can't feed me over here because I'm hungry. And it's like, yo, you always been hungry. I'm surprised you're the size you are.
Nigga, you always
How are you? How you no? Like I'm surprised you are the size you are because you're hungry but you don't eat. So what you eating? My strange addictions. Eating cardboard. You the cardboard king. Eating toilet paper. You like the taste of it. Like you're not truly eating.
niggas really do that
So
shit
the
too. That's what's crazy.
so the ego made them feel that they were bigger than the program. That's what made GOT so hard to maintain because the leader was putting everything into the team. And the leader was self-taught. If the leader would have went through a school, then it would have been different. Then it would have expedited everything. But the leader was learning in real time. And the individuals on the team was like, I want to eat now, I want to eat now, I want to eat now, taking a leader for granted. If the leader wasn't leading GOT, then there wouldn't have been no GOT. And those same individuals left or got left and went into their direction, just like Kai's background artists. Anybody come see you, Otis, on the Temptations type shit. Like David Ruffin went where he went. They all went where they went. It didn't amount to the group being a group. Kai got 800 million. These niggas ain't eating. The rest of GOT, they out there trying to cook. Are they cooking? I don't know. Might be eating cardboard. I really don't know. Hey, but your mic went out again. I can hear you. Hey, is there a way I can like? I think there's a way I can text you on this thing. Send me a message. It ain't gonna pop up for everyone to see, right? Cause my phone on the charger.
No, there is a way for you to.
Cause I need a way to communicate with you just in case I want to say something or correct you or correct myself or correct the situation without it, you know.
You get that?
Oh, okay. I see it. I see it. I see it.
Yeah. So it's just like at the far, at the far. I mean, on the upper far right.
I see it. I see it. I got it.
Yeah, if you always want to like text in there, do that shit. I figured that's what it was. I knew that. I knew what you meant.
You got it?
Yeah. That's you did it backwards.
Ah, I did the whole play on everything backwards.
I knew that whole time. I mean, because I figured you were
Hey,
speaking in code. I'm like, yeah, I know what he's doing.
you just cracked the Da Vinci Code. You
He said, I'm gonna shut it.
That was the whole fucking point. I just gave a code, and you just gave the answer to the code. Oh man, damn! It is what it is. It is what it is. It ain't that bad. I mean, at the same time, it was cloth top, but you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. Cause it ain't about to take no food out your mouth, not out of my mouth. If it started some beef, then hey, shit, it better not be no 3D printed beef. It better be the real cow. You know what I'm saying? Cause I don't think there's no real cows anyway. It's like, so at the same time, I say that to say I was giving you a direct example of why Kai could have moved the way he moved, and it was just like I was giving you examples
Yeah.
of the 8 things I said. It maybe wasn't 8 that I said I would address that you was saying because I was anxious. I'm over here listening. I'm like, yo, I just can't wait to speak to majority of this because it played out perfectly. And I feel like stuff like this is dope. And I told you, you know, off camera, off mic, I said I'm going to speak to certain things that interest you on your platform because I feel like you need that because by you playing your game, you playing your game. But when we start talking about the Grammys and the list you went down, I didn't realize you were still playing the game because I can't see. But the fact that your show incorporated within your stream still, and you still got things going on, you need that.
Right.
Like I said, you have to bring the direction into the the individual's vision
Mm-hmm.
and how they go about things. And that's what I try to do. That's what I try to do. Hey, you the A mic here. I'm running things off and I'm just talking to you. And at the same time, like maybe I did do a lot of talking, yeah.
No, that's cool because it's like most of the time when I'm in like other parties, there don't be no talking like this. I mean, people be talking. I told you about this stuff before when I said, yo, I'm done going to other people's discords. I'm done. It's just they doing their own thing. I get it, but at the same time, like that's not even their servers from the ground up. They just in there from another person, and then from another person, and then from another person. So it's just like everybody just want to be heard. I'm like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. And then most of the time, it's like when it's all dudes in the Discord, it's one shorty they like. I be like,
Hmm.
oh,
It'd be a dick swinger contest, pissing
literally, it's
contest,
a dick swinging contest. I be like,
DSC.
literally,
Mm.
I be sitting there like, y'all some grown ass individuals dick swinging over one shorty, bro. Nigga, go outside or something, bro. Go get a job that's related outside or something. Again, the post office hiring. We supposedly broke, but they still hiring motherfuckers.
I
Like,
just read something about that. I ain't want to get into it. I didn't
we can get into
like.
that later. I definitely would like to talk about
Yeah,
that.
I ain't, bruh. Like I can talk, and my tangents are crazy. I just go on tangents. I can bring it back around, but I'm not a 24-hour nigga. I can't go to Kennywood for 24 hours. Like I can talk to a certain. We can have a conversation for 4 hours. Like we can stream like that type. Like you playing a game and I can just be over here doing what I'm doing and still multitask. Like I can clean the whole crib, do dishes. You know what I'm saying? Change tires and all that, and
Hey,
stay on the stream type.
you know what this remind me of?
What?
It's literally going back to the Swizzy days when we was both multitasking. Like I'll be on the 360 playing prototype. You'll be over there making a beat. You be like, hey yo, what type of monster is that? What the fuck? You be like, hey bro, come check out this beat real quick. I'm like, all right. Now it's this time. We both on the motherfucking stream communicating. Everybody can hear us now and shit. So it's like niggas definitely came a long way for real, man. A long
Bro,
ass way. It's a long ass ride, but like so much shit has happened. So much shit
this
has
is
happened.
what I've been trying to get you to see for the longest. That's why I said, I kept saying, what are you doing? That's why I was on your ass. This is your platform. This is yours. I am supporting. I'm a supporting role to your platform. This is your show, not mine. I want to see you win. Just like I want to see all the individuals I fuck with and like, my niggas, my brothers, my kinfolk, my folk, my individuals. Like, I want to see you win. There's no losing. And if you lose at the same time, not L, it's not a loss, it's a lesson. So let's pick back up and keep moving and make that L make sense. Now I ain't lose, I learned the lesson. I ain't lose, I learned a lesson. Lose, learn, lesson. Lose, learn, lesson. Love, live, laugh. Like the LLL can be positive and it can be negative. Live, love, laugh. Lose, learn. Man, I feel like Sally at the seashore. Sally, Sally, seashore, seashore. That's what I felt like. Hey, lose, learn, lesson.
I like that.
That being said, like, this is why I've been on your ass. Like, bruh, like at the same time, this works even better because at this point, I seen your setup. Your setup is clean. Your microphone clean. I wanted to say that too. Your microphone, I will have to listen to this back to see how my shit sound. Like your microphone clean.
Your shit sound clean too. I checked it. But go
Oh,
ahead.
thank you, thank you. It sound like a whole ass podcast. So like this ain't no phone conversation. It kind of is, but it's not. Like this is what I've been trying to get you to step and tap into because I seen it. And like I said, I am a supporting. You're the A mic. I'm the B mic. I talk a lot, but right now this is just the foundation. Like just figuring out where you stand strong, and then now from here I'm learning, so I know where to feed information, like how to communicate with you to get you to shine. Like I'm a B mic on this. This ain't my. This ain't deep is sure. That's my shit. That's my shit. Like this right here, this is yours. I'm a guest. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, like this is what I've been seeing for you. And this is just a starting point. And it's like, let me help with it. Like, let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you, bro? Like, why you keep asking, bro, what are you doing? Get on your shit. Like, I'm sick of you, nigga. Like, you just, you an asshole. It's like, no, I'm not, nigga. Look, and I kept doing that, and now look, you said, bro, we get the, like, I don't have to come to your place, or you ain't got to come to my place.
Hold up,
I don't
man.
know nothing about Discord. You taught me about Discord, and now look.
Hey, yo. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead. I said, I'm sick of you, man. I ain't mean that, bro. It's just frustration and like anger from everything that was happening. I ain't getting sick of you.
But I get it. I get it. Like I said, sometimes, hey, you gotta be the friend that's like, bro, you want to swing, swing on me. Like, you know. Now, if you punch me in the face, if you swing and I can't duck it, and if I hit you back, then know my pain there too. I'm saying sometimes you gotta let someone cuss you out. Sometimes you gotta hear someone's stories. Sometimes you gotta let them let that out. Type. And I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't take offense to it. That's why when I tell stories about my life, I make even the worst stories sound funny to the point people don't want to laugh, and you one of them. 'Cause I see it in your face. You be like, "Damn, bro, I want to laugh." I'm like, bro, laugh, bro, laugh at my pain, bro, because that's how I get to
I
transmute
mean,
and
I'll
express
tell
it.
you. I mean, I'll still tell you, but like, man, I don't know if I should laugh, bro. But 9 times out
Nah,
of 10, I'm going to laugh.
I mean, bro, that's how I tell my stories. Like it's like even the darkest shit in my life, I can make it funny. I'm saying sometimes It might not be, or sometimes it might be dark humor, and you might want to laugh, and it's like you're not laughing at me. I don't take it like you're laughing at me. It's how I'm
Nah,
producing it.
nah, 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 nah. I'm not laughing at you.
Oh,
Nah.
look, trust me, nigga, I know at this point because this ain't new to me. Like this is how I've been telling my story this whole time. So now being where I'm at in my life, it's like I understand it. So it's like I don't take no offense to it. Now, if I did, I'd address it like, yo, I ain't like how, we had a conversation. This is how I felt about that. And then we'll have that conversation.
Right.
But, that's never the case. It's like, bro, I want you to laugh because at the same time, that makes me laugh. Because, that means I was successful at turning my pain into something that I can enjoy and move forward from. Like, make the good out of the bad type. You feel me?
I was gonna say inappropriate, but I also forgot like this is something we already talked about that you don't want to talk about, so I ain't even gonna mention it. I ain't gonna mention it. You know what I'm talking about.
Nah, I don't, but I ain't even gonna ask.
Don't
You can
ask.
hit the
But you're
chat.
right. You're right. Don't ask.
You can hit the chat. Like I see what you did. You set it up for me to ask, but then you kind of made it to where I shouldn't ask. But then it's like curiosity killed the cat. But it's like nah, like you got a whole ass chat over here. You could just send it over, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Bro, like trust me, like I had been through a lot to understand that. Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna text that over because now I'm really thinking about it now. That was something we really did talk about that you don't like mentioning. So
Hold on. No, wait, wait. Is it going to show up between just you and I or everybody else?
it's just gonna show up between you and I.
Then you can send it over, dog. That's the whole point of it,
No, I know. I know that.
dog.
But
At this point, just
no, listen, listen,
all
listen,
right. So,
listen, listen.
bro, just
This
send it
is
over, cuz like,
this is some bro. Listen, this is something that we already talked about like a few
but
months
you can
ago.
still type it. It's simple. You can just type it, so I can just like it's not because now you trying to leave me with a cliffhanger, but then you just like I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you, but I'm gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. It's like, all right, nigga, say it. What the fuck? Hulu and chill's a real thing. That's crazy.
I sent it over.
That ain't have nothing to do with nothing, cuz that had nothing to do with nothing, bro. Like,
It
what
did,
type
but
time you on?
it did, but then I forgot. Like I forget. Oh, damn! No, I really did forget. Because it was like I was the whole time I was sitting there thinking about it, but then when I said I didn't want to do it, I forgot what we was even talking about. It was related to something. It was.
Nah, you got like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type shit going on with you, cuz. You sure you in the Gemini, bro?
Nah, I ain't no
Like, that ain't got nothing to do. I don't even know where that even came from within this whole conversation. Like, nigga, you tired. Go to bed, yo. Hey, you going you
I'm,
gonna be late to work.
I'm over here.
Hey,
I'm over here just thinking like my man. Look, you see my mic, bro. All I see is this. Whoop, boop. Too late. Boop. Like ah.
bro, you Delulu right now. I don't even know what that even. I can't even. I'm glad I ain't asked because I'd have probably just hung up. Like, cause
Oh no,
that
don't.
shit don't make that don't make no sense. Like, I don't even know what that even correlates to anything we are talking about. Like,
I don't even know neither.
I digress off that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't even see where that even comes in. Like I don't know. It's like
Damn, what the fuck? That shit tastes expired. What the fuck? Can fucking juice
when it
expire?
uh it depends. It depends. I'm pretty sure it can.
Yeah,
Like fruit juice, yeah, you'll have mold. sitting on top of it. Yeah,
For real.
yeah. If you got it in the refrigerator past the expiration date, you'll see mold grow on top of it. Yeah. Actually,
Ooh.
what's interesting, I just kind of breezed past something earlier about how the government and Bill Gates and them is trying to now incorporate bugs into our food. And they said something about maggot milk.
Maggot milk.
And they said they've been testing it in Africa. Now, you know what? Because this is your first stream, I would take out, not first, but like one of the ones where I'm actually on my microphone and being able to converse with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll digress there because I don't know how the algorithms work as far as certain words, and they start shadow banning niggas and blocking people. So I'll let that one be. I'll let that one be. So I ain't said I said Gil Bates. I said Gil Bates, ladies and gentlemen, Gil Bates. Gil Bates. Yeah, you can have mold on top of your juice
That's fucking disgusting. That's wild.
and on top of your food and all that. Like even if it's a liquid, it'll grow on top of it.
Food wise, yeah, because like food can get to a temperature to a point where it's just all right. This is bloated and getting more into it. I learned about that, but juice, that's a new one. That's a new one.
I mean, Kool Aid, maybe not, because I ain't never seen Kool Aid with mold on it. But everybody gonna drink the Kool Aid. Somebody gonna drink the Kool Aid at one point. Like it's gonna take Kool Aid forever to expire. Now, if you got like V8 or fruit juice or 100% juice,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna expire, and then once it does, it's definitely gonna grow mold on top of it because you gotta be careful. Like you're gonna open the lid, you be like, I'm thirsty as hell, and you just want to go open and just drink. Now you open, you gotta look in that motherfucker. You want to see an eye down there, white on the outside, black on the inside. Like, what the hell is this? Yup,
Ooh, shit.
that's mold.
You better keep that receipt, especially where you bought that shit from. You better get a check. Keeping eyeballs at the bottom of juice bottles. What you talking about?
No, I'm saying if you keep it in your fridge past that, now if you buy it with mold, that's different. They just gonna give you another one.
Yeah, but I was saying like even like basically where I was getting at, like even if consumed that shit and you didn't know there was mold, like again, motherfucker, you could die off that shit, like for real.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. You know, that's why you gotta check. You can't be kissing. You know what I'm saying? Someone with an active herpes on their face, like nigga, you gotta look.
Man,
Is my example.
I'll be ducking and dodging that shit like Busta Rhymes in the video with Janet Jackson. Ah 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 ah. That shit out of here, bro. Hell no.
Hey, but I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like at this point we have reached the top of the top for the time being. So myself, I'm gonna exit up out of here and get myself together and try. You know what I'm saying? Lay down. But hey, like I said, this is something that I feel is going to be beneficial for you because this is what you enjoy doing. Like
Yes, sir.
you playing your game, and at the same time, like I'm just on the phone with you at this point. Like I said, I'm just on the phone, and hey, man, you set up dope. Keep doing what you're doing.
Hey,
Like you know,
hey, man.
off camera,
Thanks, man.
we gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, real talk. Like I said, I'm starting to realize that more and every day now. That's why I'm trying to get this up and popping. But like, yeah, I appreciate you, man. Real rap. Shit, we also got to talk about some new photo trailers and shit for the stream and all of that. Remember before I was talking about the tactical, I got a few ideas on it. first person on this, and we gonna be the last motherfuckers up out of here.
800 million.
800 million.
I appreciate it.
Anytime, man.
All right, definitely. So, hey, keep doing what you're doing,
Yes, sir. You too.
and things will go where they need to go. They will be where they need to be. So, 800 million. If that's the goal, bang. If it's beyond that, hey, keep it going. If it's less than that, as long as you accomplish your goals, we good. But remember, this is where it started, at least with this. But it been started way before this,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's here now. So this is $500 missions. Now keep moving up the ladder.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro. I'm here. Let me know. I'll join.
Yes, sir. See you tomorrow, man.
Let me know. All right, bro.
All right. Shouts out to that nigga Black, man. Definitely a cool dude. One of the closest people I had growing up. Definitely one of the motherfuckers that had my back too, and a lot of shit. A lot of shit. So I'm taking in that term as well. Like, shouts out to the real friends. If y'all out there with a real friend, if y'all really got one, you know, even if it's a loved one, check up on them, show them love, and let them know how much, you know, they mean to you. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. And you're going to be just fine. Testing, testing, one, two. Testing, testing, one, two. Testing, testing, one, two. Testing, 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 one, two. Testing. Testing, one, two. Why is it so far? I think it's this right here. Hold on. Testing, one, two. Testing, one, two. Testing, testing, one, two. Testing, testing, one, two. Oh, shit. I was wondering, like, Fuck is going on? The fuck is going on? Oh my. Fuck was that? The fuck was that? How the fuck is this bitch still alive? How the fuck is she still alive? Bitch, stop making so goddamn noise.
Oh, thank goodness. Emily!
Stop screaming, bitch. What the hell?
Collects things.
Oh, the power line. The moment we do that shit, dog.
No good.
You gotta insert the 3 joint plugs and pull the left lever if you're crazy enough to open the cells. The joint plugs are currently being used to power other areas. Holding cells, inspection. It's a fucking prison cell. Holy shit! Fuck, man. Where Where the fuck this bitch be coming from? Taking the toolbox to the boiler room for repairs. The quality of blood the laboratory receives has gone downhill. We've been notified from above to take immediate action. Looks like some problem during the separation process is to blame. I'm going to do some work on it. What the fuck is this? the. Gonna call this a night.